Alrighty, cool. I am live. All right, I'm just going to send out notifications to who I need to. Oh, whoops. All right. Okay. I'm finished. All right, back to the video. And oh, holy shit, I got way too much in the background. So sorry, y'all. I didn't realize all that clicking. I had the other live up just to make sure the sound was good. So basically I wanted to review this video by a guy named Big Money Politics. And I found a video that I just happened to come across this because, I stay in areas where black men are either being called out for their bullshit or there's some defense of black women happening. Like I usually tend to stay in those spaces just because that's where I gravitate to. And also I'm just on regular other channels too. And why I called out Anton Daniels over Angel Reese crying. Yeah. So apparently there was a situation recently where I guess Angel Reese, the basketball player, she was the I think she just got drafted to the WNBA. 7th overall, which is actually pretty good. It's actually really, really good. And I guess apparently this Anton, Little Bill looking nigga was, I guess him and a whole bunch of other black men were making fun of her. And I'm not surprised because I'm sorry, majority of y'all are degenerates. The majority of y'all are hateful, are self-hating, self-annihilating, puss-filled. I mean, there's so many other terms that I could go that are much, much darker, but I'd rather save that for behind the scenes. I think I might make a members only or Patreon to where I might put up a paywall for the more harsher topics. So let's see. Well, I called out Anton Daniels over here. He's crying. We're gonna start the video, just so I can, get an idea of what this dude is saying, and like what he called him out about. Because I don't know exactly what happened, but we're gonna review it together.
I made a post, and that was going in on Anton Daniels, and I did another one on the Black Conservative Coons. Let me tell you what happened. I was scrolling down and I heard about LSU. And I saw videos from grown ass men who never competed in anything in life, especially basketball, never played at this level, making fun of Angel Reese for crying. And this was black men I saw doing it. Black men. And one of the reasons they were making fun of her and happy they lost was one, because of the national anthem. No, I heard people, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the black men. Because the enemy is going to always be an enemy. White folks, I mean, they're going to always be the enemy. I'm just being honest. So they're going to always be the enemy. The op are going to be the op. And that's just what it is. You feel me? So I'm not even talking about them. But when I see black men get on here, black men, it'd be different if it was black women. Because they, you know what I mean? Maybe they was liked the better team, anything. When I saw black men getting on YouTube, clowning her for losing, one black guy said, "Oh, Caitlin Clark is the best player I've ever seen, female player I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, what? This is college basketball. She didn't even make it to the NBA yet.
Well, there's a huge reason why they're doing that. And the reason being is because, like I said, a lot of them are very jealous of any success that black women get because they feel like they're being left behind. And why would they feel that if they felt like if these were leaders of a community, so-called? Why would they feel like that? Because they know they're not. And they know that a lot of the success that they get means nothing to the majority of the community. And they're afraid that if black women become too successful, that they won't have to really deal with these dudes anymore. A lot of this shit stems around, and I hate to say it, it's a psychotic way of trying to keep someone around. It's weird. And then at the same time, with Angel Reese, if she's crying, why would they tell her to toughen up? Aren't they like trying to masculinize her? Because if she was already masculine, she wouldn't be crying. She was just took it like a man, right? So y'all trying to toughen up Angel Reese. While at the same time will use her looks to masculinize her. That's why it's like it's weird to y'all. And the fact that y'all associate masculinity with physical features is wild to me. Because last time I checked, blackness has been the most suppressed skin color and in the most feminine position of all races. So how do y'all equate dark skin to masculinity? If anything, white skin is equated to masculinity. And that's actually something I'm going to approach. That's something I'm going to approach very controversially on my next live with this whole skin color thing and what the real deal is.
WNBA, yeah, you talking about this is the greatest player you ever, and this is the psychology of some black men. It's sick in the head.
Let's not say some. It's a large portion. It's a very, very large portion. That's the reason why you can have a 60% sexual assault rate before the age of 18 towards black girls, towards black girls 18 and under. And that's just what's reported.
They just want to, black men. There are a lot of racist black men.
Oh, we know. And they are the biggest reason. They are the head reason that we even got enslaved in the first place. They're the head reason why Tulsa burned down in the first place. They're the main reason why Emmett Till was given up. Because a lot of people don't know that Emmett Till's father was the one that gave him up. I mean, not father. It was his uncle that gave him up. A lot of people like to just tell the story in general, like, oh, he was taken. Okay, well, who was there? Who was in the house with him? I'm gonna dive into that one in another live too.
Towards black women. So when I saw that, and I'm like, y'all celebrating her for losing, for one, y'all bashing her for crying, when there's professional NBA players, boxers, basketball players, white, black, Latino, crying for losing and winning. This is you know, and it's like these guys never either played sports. They must have been too busy playing with Barbie dolls. Because when you playing at that level and you come to win a championship and you build a bond with your team and y'all get close and y'all lose at the top, because that was for the Final Four, that wasn't a championship. Had they won, they would have made it to the finals like Iowa did. See, Iowa beat LSU and went to the finals and lost to the Gamecocks, South Carolina. I even heard one black guy say, "Oh yeah, it was a predominantly white team." Ha 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 ha. Right?
Wow. So there's a black man bigging up the fact that a predominantly white team won over a black one. How's that any different than what the system celebrates over you niggas? Y'all not gonna why y'all don't celebrate it when it's when a white man is becomes the best? Didn't y'all have ain't a white man the best rapper and y'all complaining about that? Y'all bitching and moaning about Eminem being the best rapper, and even though y'all declared him that, oh, he white and he white too. You know how I'm telling you, these niggas be uplifted. These niggas be just doing down in themselves. That's why I said the self-annihilating nature of the black man all stems from his ego. His ego will kill him faster before will never allow him to be better. And he'll never get rid. And the thing is, he don't want to get rid of the ego. He wants to keep it because he feels like that's the only thing that makes him a man. Because I mean, what else do you have? You don't have wealth. You don't have your own land. You don't have your own security. You don't have your own banks. You don't have your own hospitals. You don't have your own system of military devoted to you and the women and children of. Oh, that's right. It would have to be for the women and children of your society too, in order for that to happen. And we know how badly y'all don't want that. Niggas really think that they can have a system of power while suppressing black women and children. Again, the slave mentality. And that's why I'm not worried. These dudes' mindsets will keep them in the exact same position that they are. It's just black women that are on a better page need to stay away from these dudes. That's the only thing I'm recommending. The black women that on it, like, don't give a stop helping dudes, especially black men, because they go out of their way to try to use whatever substance you give them as an attack against you. So no, let them starve out.
And then guess what? I'm gonna show y'all what the team looked like from South Carolina, since y'all wanted to do that, right? But in my video, I never disrespected Caitlin Clark. I said the better team won that night. I understand basketball is a sport. It's a team. The better team wins that night. In college basketball, March Madness, even though we're in April, but it starts from March Madness. That's when the playoffs start. It's better than the NBA because you get one shot. It's not like the NBA where you could go be 2-1, 3 to go win 3 straight games and then go to, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. College basketball, one shot. It could be a school that's a school that's not even popular. It could be a small school that could win the finals if their team is good enough. You understand what I'm saying? The best, whoever's the best that night is going to win. LSU beat Iowa in the regular season, right? But they lost to them in the playoffs. That's how the better team that night will win. It happens all the time. So when I looked at it and I saw it, I said, I did my research and I said, oh, this is just to make it to the Final Four. I said, oh, no. I saw these guys, cheerleaders, celebrating this like this was a championship game. And I said, this is not a championship game. So it just shows you how much hate a lot of black men have for black women. And some of these.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dudes with money. I see these guys cheerleaders celebrating this like this was a championship game. And I said, this is not a championship game. So it just shows you how much hate a lot of black men have for black women. And some of these dudes was 30s, 40s, 50s.
Oh, we know. That's the prime bitch nigga age. As soon as you say 50s and 40s for sure. 30s, yeah. I mean, that's a close second. Because they're the millennial, I think it's what the generation Y or some shit like that. I forget. There's so many XYZs, millennials, whatever. Basically the 80s, 90s generation. Those will be the 30 something year olds of today. But the 40s and 50s, yeah, we definitely talk about we hitting that 70s, 60s era. And if y'all take a look at my myth of the black, if y'all take a look at the Sisters Reply and you look at a lot of articles that were done back then, there were a lot of niggas that were on bullshit. There were a lot of niggas back then that were raised, that grew up as kids in the 70s era and the 80s era, and a lot of bullshit that was allowed back then they can't exercise today as adults. So that's where a lot of that shit comes from.
Celebrating this girl crying, bashing her for crying, for losing. Oh, she couldn't keep that same energy. That energy is, she kept that same energy on the court. Angel Reese put up 18.
What this really stems from is they have a problem with that girl's confidence. They had a problem with that. They had a problem with black women being confident in themselves. Period. It doesn't matter. They're upset that she celebrated. They're upset that and on top of that, you got to remember the pet niggas are worried about making white people mad. That's another thing too. There's always there's a large group of niggas on leashes that bark every single time massive every single time they feel like their master is threatened. And you're just seeing a variation of it today. The only difference is that the reason why the hatred is inflamed so much is because of how much assistance they perceive black women to be getting. Namely that Goldman Sachs thing. I'm gonna be honest, I think they forever hung up on that shit, especially with the amount of money. But the crazy thing is, it wasn't just black men that attacked black women for that. We received it all over the place. And then honestly, that should have been a huge indication to everybody. That should have been a huge indication to all black women to be very, very careful when it comes to anybody that's not a black woman. Now, I hear some talks online where you have dumbass bitches saying that the most dangerous place a black woman could be is next to another black woman. And again, this is what happens when people make emotional arguments and just blurt shit out without really fucking thinking. Because last time I checked, majority of the movements that have been geared towards us have been set up by us. Just because you don't know about the fucking fund, ask somebody. If you don't, just say you don't know. Just say, hey, I haven't seen it because, well, I haven't been in those spaces. But see, then that will have to call you out too. But I'm getting off track. Let me get back to the video.
And we're going to get into the stats of this game because I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Because I deal with facts, no opinions, all emotions over the table. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. That girl can ball. That girl can ball. But the better team will always win that night. And this night, Gamecocks was the better team. 75.
So you mean to tell me at the national championship, oh, okay. So okay. So basically, even with this 40-minute shit or whatever what's going on here, I don't know how to read, but I don't really give a fuck about basketball like that. So apparently, Angel Reese's team won. So then, okay, I have an understanding now. I don't really know basketball like this, and nor do I really care to. Like shit, if Lisa Leslie ain't playing, let you know what generation I come from. That's my generation when Lisa Leslie was playing. Let me see. I called out Ansel Daniels over Adrian Reese. Oh yeah, so apparently this team won. I guess she racked up a whole bunch of points. Well, she racked up the most points, I guess, and they still lost because at the end of the day, it's a team effort. It looks like they're trying to make like Clark the, I guess the Michael Jordan of her team because they solely focusing on her, and they're doing it as a backdrop to, I guess, attack Angel Reese. Like, you notice they can't uplift this chick without talking about Angel Reese, and it's a little weird. I noticed that with a lot of people. Period. It's like they have to come at us to uplift somebody else. And you know how pathetic that tells me the bitches that you're trying to uplift are? That they have to diss me in order, because I don't got to diss nobody to feel better. I ain't got to diss nobody to feel good. All I got to do is be the organic first woman of the planet that I'm supposed to be. And I think that's really where all of this stems from, truth be told. Because there's been a lot of work to put in what people have a problem with the obvious over. And the thing is that they had to go through the levels of not only trying to take away our identities, take away our virtue, they took away everything. And black men assisted in giving them away, thinking they were teaching us a lesson, and they ended up teaching themselves a lesson too. But the thing is, they're a glutton for this type of punishment. I think a lot of these dudes like servitude. They like slavery because they help it too much. These dudes are all online actively being anti-black, and they think that they're somehow not just helping dismantle themselves. It's to me, it's suicidal ideation, and I'm fine with it just as long as you ain't trying to take black women with you. I'm cool with dudes self-annihilating. Just don't take black women with you. That's the only thing I say. And if you do decide to get with a black woman, it better be on some building shit. Other than that, as far as I'm concerned, black women shouldn't have anything to do with you unless it's transactional. Meaning y'all happen to be in a space where you might be, serving coffee, and, she got to come in and, get her daily coffee for the day, those type of interactions. But anything closer than that, I don't think so. Unless it's serious, unless he's on some Malcolm X shit, I wouldn't even trust it, ladies. Pretty much, Malcolm X showed and proved. He ain't never had to do none of the shit that these niggas was doing. Nor did he need all the attention in the world of somebody looking at him and telling him, yay, boy, along the way as he was reverting from. Nobody had to tell him to go from Detroit Red to Malcolm X. In fact, the person he became was a very enemy of the people that was the very enemy of the people that he joined. And the Nation of Islam didn't even like who he was becoming, even though they participated in making him who he was. What it was that Malcolm X stood on business. Like, he stood up and he saw what was happening. And he said, yo, how the fuck can y'all say what y'all saying and do what you're doing? How do you have all this mouth everywhere else talking about we got to protect the nation, protect our children, protect our women? But yet, when it came to Malcolm X calling out JFK, you bitch niggas were telling him to be quiet because he was messing up whatever bullshit you had going on. And you revealed yourself. See, what happened was niggas got upset because their plan was ultimately was about to be revealed by Malcolm X. There's always going to be a war between the very few black men who are trying to liberate and the majority that are trying to remain enslaved. And that's why they think it's a lot easier to dump down on black women, because it's like, why would you give birth to me in this state? I think that's largely what a lot of these dudes are asking in a very loud, violent way. Why are you giving birth to me? It's something to think about. I'm going to explore further, but let me get back to this video.
To 87, 12 points. We finna get into the stats. So, as you can see, the starting 5, 11, 12. Carolyn Clark putting up 30. Gotta love it. 6, 16. Play hard. When it comes to the bench, somebody scored 2. Right? My bad. Nobody scored on the bench. But when it comes to South Carolina, so 11, 15 points, 7, 3. The bitch is the main starters is scoring. But guess what? Look at the bench. 3, 6. Only one person that didn't score on the bench, and that person didn't even play. 9. And the person that scored the most points, whoever T. Johnson is, she scored 19 points. So what you call is that night is where Caitlin Clark scored 30 and did her motherfucking thing and can play and can shoot. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Like I said, we not here to bash no females playing sport. We understand the sacrifice. I understand the sacrifice that all these women and men have sacrificed.
Okay, so it's very clear he has an understanding. Well, yeah, he's a man. He's a dude, so they usually tend to have more understanding of sports leagues and whatnot.
From the school that didn't make it to the playoffs to everybody sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? You build a bondhood. You know what I'm saying? It's a goal to the championship.
Dude, they understand all this shit. And like you explaining it to a group of dudes that already know this. They don't care because the whole point is they're looking to down her. They're looking to what they think is humbling her. And humbling her to do what? I notice in all the shit that these niggas do when they're trying to humble to do what? I want y'all ladies to ask them these questions. Humble to do what?
And lose. You know what I'm saying? To get to the championship and lose, or to make it to the Final Four, or to almost make it to the Final Four. You're reaching, you're competing at the highest level in college basketball. So what happens is, if you lose, like I said, it's an emotional, because it's over. It's no coming back. You know. But yeah, shout out to Caitlin Clark. She can ball. Like LeBron said, she scored 18 points in the first quarter against LSU. Anybody got something negative to say about that, they a hater. Yeah, she did. You know what I'm saying? And so her putting up 30, you know she got game. You know she can shoot. So, but the better team won. Nobody over here put up 30, but everybody played and everybody scored. From the top 5 to the bench. And that's what you call teamwork. That's what you call a better team. And I clearly said that in my video. The better team will always win. White, black, blue, green. When you're on a court, the better team will always win. Whether it's all black girls or all white girls, or it's mixed.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. What are you talking about? Again, they don't have any of these type of comments when it. Well, actually, no, they did when it came to the most recent NBA draft. I think they were bitching and moaning that majority of the people majority of the dudes that were chosen were biracial. I remember that. That was hilarious.
It's mixed. The better team will win, and that's just what it is. So, all that hate for Angel Reese. Guys saying, oh man. One dude was like, oh yeah, so it's a predominantly white team. Hold up, let's show what the team look like.
Oh, it's a predominantly white team?
Let's look at these young ladies. Look at them. I think that's the girl that scored 19. I remember seeing T. Johnson. Look. Look at that. Y'all was on there talking about, look at that. Everybody came out to play. That's the team. Y'all, I seen it, like I said, I saw a comment. Oh, well, maybe because they lost to an all-white team. Ha 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 ha. I remember that comment. Now look. Now look.
Oh, wow. So they're uplift. So basically, black men will uplift whiteness over blackness when it's in female form, but will bitch and moan and somehow think that doesn't That's why I said a lot of these dudes are self-suicidal. Y'all need to just let these niggas drop on their own.
A majority melanated team won. A majority melanated team won. But this was not about the color. This was about the better team. This is the reason why I'm making this video. Because the better team will always win. As you can see, what was the difference? See, when I posted the stats, when I pulled up the stats, look. When I pulled up the stats. So what we got? We got first quarter, Iowa scores 27. Second quarter, Iowa scores 19. SC scores 29. Third quarter, Iowa scores 13. SC scores 19. Fourth quarter, Iowa scores 16. SC scores 19. Do you know what happened? The reason why 27, it was so high, 27, and then it went down from there? Defense. Defense.
Oh, hey, Alex. I didn't even see you pop up. How are you? Hold on, let me put in invites. There we go. Yeah, if you see the chat, you can definitely come up. Come on. I'm about to say come up if you want. I'm not sure if you have any time today, but yeah, I'm just doing a review of this. That's good. But yeah, apparently Anton Daniels and a whole bunch of hosts of other black men were laughing at this this young girl. As far as I'm concerned, she's a young girl. She's literally just coming out of college. She's she's a baby to me. And the fact that what he said it was 30, 40s. Said it was black men in the 30s, 40s, and 50s that were doing this. All online. And that's the thing. A lot of you ladies got to be careful. Because I guarantee you it's mostly guys that can be online hours at a time, frequently under comments, they don't have jobs. And they spend all their time just basically on the phone spreading propaganda. That's why you should be very careful about being around dudes who are on their phone a bit too much, unless it's business. Yeah, if he can't step away from his phone, that should be a suspicious indication to you. Especially if he ain't got really nothing to show for it. Like there's a lot of dudes out here that'll say they're entrepreneurs and really they ain't got shit going on. So don't fall for that either. Because end of the day, ladies, a man that really wants to invite you into his life and wants you to know what's going on, he'll invite you in. And he'll let you know about things that are going on. You're not going to have to feel like you have to pry it out of him every single time. But back to this, sorry.
Defense right there. That's defense. The defense got a little better. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call a team right there. That's team ball right there. But neither here or there. This ain't a video to celebrate Caitlin Clark or Iowa losing. This was to go in on the guys, to show why I made the video, why I did that. Because I knew what was coming up next. I said, when I saw the videos, I'm like, whoa, these black men are celebrating this young black girl losing. And then the way they were praising her and the way they were celebrating because she was white. And then one guy said the team was predominantly white, and they're laughing about it. And this is black men doing this shit. I said, are they dumb? Do they not even know that this is not even a championship game? They have one more game, and they had the game, and they lost. And then I'm saying, well, why are you making fun of this girl crying when everybody crying? You think she gonna be the only one crying? Most of those girls on that team probably going home crying right now, thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? They probably watched this game, was like, damn, we should have did this. We could have did this. That's probably gonna make them even cry even more. Because again, like I said, when you go to the stats and you look, you see you see the outcome. Caitlin Clark scored third. The top 5 is the only ones that scored. The starters is the only ones really that scored. But guess who did? The starters scored here, and the bench was scoring as well. Everybody put up. And the girl who got the MVP was from the bench. She scored 19. That's what you call a team ball. But again, you guys never, that's what I'm saying. These dudes that's on here never played ball.
Well, yeah, that's it for me. As far as this live, I just wanted to hold on, let me go a little bit further because I don't really care about basketball. I only did it this.
They never played ball, never played team ball. You feel me? Caitlin scored 40-something, 41 points. The other 50 points came from the team. It was a team sport. That's how you know it was racist. Because they were saying that Caitlin had beat them. And it's like, no, bro, she only scored 40.
Yeah, it's amazing. They'll even diss the other teammates that she's on, that Caitlin Clark is on, just to get at Angel Reese. I'm telling you, this is how far these dudes will go. I'm telling you. That's why I said I get reminded every day of how we got enslaved. Niggas like this in charge. You ain't about to have protection over nothing. Everything's about to be taken and exploited, including their asses. So to all the black women that still think that you can fix this, sweetie, stop. I need you to stop.
"41 points. The other team scored too. You have to give props to the team. That's why I said in my video, the better team won. I didn't say Caitlin won. I'm not going to say T. Johnson won. The better team won. Look at the stats. But again, these are people that never played basketball. These are guys that play with Barbie dolls. So now, if I was to see Caitlin Clark cry, I would not make fun of Caitlin Clark. I would send my condolences.
And the thing is, they would never be telling her to toughen up and do all this other dumb shit either.
I send my condolences to the whole Iowa, to the whole LSU.
All right, so I'm gonna say, well, actually, no, hold on, because I don't know what he might be saying.
Every basketball team, my condolences and shout outs to Gamecocks for the hard work that they put in. I mean, look at they went 38-0. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, like I said, stats wise, we dealing with statistics and numbers. We can see why they won. Everybody scored. It wasn't no just put up 30 points and the starting 5 just scored. No, everybody went out there and scored.
These dudes know that, and they know that they're ignoring all that and basically shitting on the other players to get at Angel Reese. That's all it's about. It's about them trying to just find ways to target a black woman that's confident and successful. Like, it's amazing. That's why I said I'm going to actually make a link, and I'm going to put together this systematic targeting of black women. And yes, black men, you will be the fucking face of it. but I'm also going to be including your collaborators too. See, I do like the Jewish folks. I not only go after the head, I go after everything fucking else. I go after the tentacles too. I go after whoever's involved. So, yeah.
The bench and the starting five. It's a team sport. So, shout out to South Carolina. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? She's a dope player, putting up 30s, 40s. You gotta respect it. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. You know, hopefully she make it to the WNBA or whatever and do her thing. You dig? But she definitely can ball. So this was not about color. This was not about the national anthem. This was about the sport, basketball.
That's why, low key, I'm hoping that some white boy basketball phenom just comes and blows y'all out the fucking water, so I could dump down on y'all too. Like, I'm just hoping, and it's gonna come. I mean, I know Cody Rhodes just won the WWE championship, which is nice.
A team sport. The better team will always win. White, black, blue, green. The better team will always win. If it's all black, if it's all white, all Chinese, the better team will, if it's mixed, the better team will always win. And that's just what it is. Hey, like I said, you got to give your props to all these men and women who played college basketball, who gave it they all. Who gave it they all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guys. Now, I don't know who won for the guys because y'all suckers been too here. Now, you know what I mean? All here crying about these females all day, but neither here or there. You know, Miles is all guys. Now, I don't know who won for the guys because y'all suckers been too here. Now, you know what I mean? All here crying about these females all day, but
oh, that's all right. I am. I am. I definitely am. Now the thing is, I don't know any of these. I don't know. Well, hold on. Let me scroll down and see what's going on in this comment section. Who's this guy? Brandon Lee Moss. Okay, so let's look at the comments he received in regards to this this live. Angel Reese cries, "Big whoop, tough enough, we don't care." Caitlin Clark cries, "Oh my God, it's okay. We feel your pain. Please, please, you're so great. We all love you." It's very true. That is very, very, very true, and I'm glad. I'm glad this is not a man that's full of shit. That's not full of shit. Let me see it for what it is. Like, come on. Pretty sure the same energy has been kept for Clark as for Reese. You're lying right then and there. That don't even make sense. Somebody says you have 68 more subscribers than you deserve. Yeah, these are all hate-filled comments. Like, oh, I haven't heard about any death threats until this girl lost to Iowa. Before, everybody wants to be LSU. What are you talking about? That's exactly what Angel Reese has been reported that she was harassed from the time that the whole John Cena thing happened, when they did the wave, and that contradicts this dumb niggas comments right here. Dumb niggas comment right here. Pretty sure the same energy has been kept for Clark as for Reese. Here y'all go. No, we're not. Nobody's making shit up. We see it for what it is. Y'all are the ones making shit up to push a narrative against us.
Neither here or there. You know, mine is the Carolina Tar Heels. That's what I'm going for every year. But shout out to the Gamecocks. We out.
Oh yeah, shout out for sure to y'all, because I think that's LS. And that was Angel Reese's team. Shit, shout out. Whatever. Like, I find it funny that people take one loss and then try to dig in and try to use it as a way to come at all of us. It's like, that shit is weird. It's like, y'all really, really feel threatened. Looks like oh wow, that's nasty. Like, end of the day, that's what all this shit is about. But let me get out of here. Yeah, that was just kind of a short live, but yeah, they always have to use black women as a backdrop to do anything that they're doing, especially when it comes to. Oh my gosh, Alex, can you hear me? Oh shit, hold on,
Yeah,
unmute. Can you
yeah,
hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were. I was so sorry. I was in the other window. But
It's fine. I want to say this. You know, I've been I've realized that you know uh, they just want to tear down a black woman, and you know, for them to even say that the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team was an all white team. Uh, that that to me tells me that number one, I think I think um black black women should really think about about being pro black this time around. And two, it lets me know that it doesn't matter what a black woman does, there will always be a black man that will tear a black woman down.
absolutely, you're 100% right. And even the guy in the video even stated that. He said that there are. He said it. He said there are a large portion of racist black men. And the thing is that it's self and not. It's literally it's self hate. It's like they're self hating. Because it's not racist when it's the same race as you. Like, no, it's self-hating. A lot of these dudes so desperately want to disconnect from their blackness, and they feel like disconnecting from black women means that somehow they're going to have it easier in life, when no, you're not going to have an existence, because it's black women that birthed you. That's why I said a lot of these platforms are making money off of the broken psychosis of the suicidal black male, and it's easy to do because they fork it over so easily.
Yep, it really is, and one of the main reasons, and also I would say that I do not that I literally, you know, I see in the near future that there's going to be a certain amount of black women who will not want to date black men anymore because of what black men are doing. And again, that will deeply affect those of us who do not think that way. And there will be black women who will still, deal with black men, but they will be more cautious, I would say, this time around. But yeah, at this point in time, the black men who do this is actually proving the divestors right. They're actually doing it, and they don't even know it.
Yeah. And truth be told, I think a lot of them do know it. I think what it is, a lot of them have just given up because it's too scary. Again, and I hate to say it, it all boils down to them being ultimately scared of white men. They can sit up here and pretend like they're tough or that somehow they're physically. The thing is, I've never bought into the whole physicality when it comes to black men, because my thing is, if you're physically strong, if you're so much physically stronger than your colonizers, how are they able to colonize you? How could they physically subdue you? How could that means it basically doesn't mean anything. because there's always going to be some type of equipment that could be used to subdue you. And what was that equipment back then? Guns. That was the one advantage that Europeans have. If you go, way back in the days, pre-colonial slavery, when we're talking about the wars, like as far as the diaspora wars, and then also the transatlantic slave wars, where they were basically raiding and pillaging, and then also there were also a lot of African chiefs who were arranging slave raids for some of these people in promise of something for return. And I don't know if you know about the story of Ghana. Ghana was actually sold for a bag full of glass beads, Portuguese glass beads. They gave away their gold. Those African chiefs gave away their gold. They gave away their women. They gave away the children, and they sold out the men who had a problem with it. See, that's what they also forget about when they're trying to just. Oh, say that again.
My bad. My bad. Shoot. For some reason, the video that I was watching came on pause. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted to make sure you can still hear me. But yeah. If you look into back to what I was saying as far as Ghana, they sold it out for Portuguese glass beads.
Dang, I did not know that. This is news to me.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find more. Because I literally found it years ago when I was doing research, but I never made. I was still fresh in my era of doing research at the time, so I didn't bookmark it. So now I'm on a mission to try to find it again.
Man.
But I was pissed off when I heard that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And think about it. Why would a so-called chief value someone else's property over his own?
Dang. I've been trying to figure that out for years.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, imagine you have a luxury car, right? And imagine you have an expensive car, and the person that comes to subdue you is in maybe like a regular Toyota, like a regular 4-door Toyota, right? Mm-hmm. Now you might think, now let's say, for instance, the black man has the Toyota and the white man has the Lamborghini, right? If you think that your Toyota is useless, you'll give it up for that Lamborghini, but little do you know that Lamborghini is a toy. It's basically it depreciates in value, and on top of that, the material that it's made of is very fragile. So if you scratch that up, it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more in the long run than, say, a regular Toyota. But what would they be thinking in that moment? Because of the branding. Because look at the branding of Toyota versus the branding of Lamborghini. It's modeled as the better option. So what the Portuguese did, they modeled their glass beads as a better option to actual gold that the Africans possessed. And once they figured out that those African chiefs valued what they had more than the actual important resources that they owned, it was a shoo-in. It was like taking candy from a stupid ass baby. And I can't even say a stupid baby, because there's no such thing. But if you add, but the thing is, I feel like even children would know better than that in some ways. So it's like I can't even speak for what type of mentality that is. You don't even see that in the animal kingdom. But at the same time, you don't see male lions competing with female lions for the attention of other species or for the resources of other species. Like, that would be wild as hell. That's what I'm saying. It's the only race, and I don't understand it. I really, really don't. And I don't have any sympathy for it. I would if it wasn't as much destruction. If it was mostly like them harming themselves, then yeah. But when they start branching out and wanting to harm everybody else, then that's when it becomes a problem. Because then it's like you're taking out your ailment on everybody else, and it's like, no. If you're not giving that leeway to the women who essentially had it much worse just because they are women in a patriarchy, and on top of that, Black women had it worse because they had to breed the babies. So they had to put up with being raped. They had to put up with them not even having autonomy for their own bodies to produce children. Black men, that's the one caveat that Black men did not have to deal with, was having to physically produce children. Have to put in, because Black women had to do not only sexual labor, physical labor, but then also reproductive.
And now I now have an understanding why, you know, I finally have an understanding of why you know, Black women feel the way that they do about Black men.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm like this. At this point, I can't even blame y'all for being the way y'all are when it comes to Black men. I can't, because at the end of the day, Black men putting blaming Black women for everything that has happened. You know, well, I'm gonna say more when I do my live stream at 7, because I will be live at 7.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
put my I did the notify me, so I'm definitely gonna be there for it.
All right. And I will be showing some videos, and then afterwards, if you want to come up, you can.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I'm always there to support.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I will see you at 7. Um. Again, thank you for letting me up so I can speak on this. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
I will, and you as well.
All right.
Bye. Oh, hey, Cyber Dreams. I didn't even see you till just now. I was over here talking to Alex. Let me see. Oh, hey, what's the topic? Oh, so there was a video that I had found. There's a video that I found with this guy named Big Money Politics or something like that, and he has a video basically calling out Anton Daniels. Apparently, Anton Daniels did a video dissing Angel Reese of LSU. Him and a whole bunch of other Black men, I guess, were in the comments basically shit talking and downing her because she was crying. I guess they lost the national championship or something. I forgot what it was. I think they lost the national championship. So what happened was Angel Reese, I guess she got emotional, of course, like every game. No, it was Black men, sweetie. I don't know about, yeah, I expect that. I expect white folks to back up their own, but I'm talking specifically about the Black men that were coming down. Like apparently there were dudes that were even going out of their way to big up the fact that Like they even tried to falsely say that, oh, y'all lost to a mostly white team too, and like basically trying to tease them. But it's like, would these niggas ever make fun of themselves for losing to an all white team in life? I just find it so hilarious that. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me find the video, and I'm gonna play it. Ah, found it. Okay, I don't like those introductions, but so I found the video. Let me share screen. Oh, got you. I thought you said these white. Others about white other people. Hold on. Uh, there we go. That's who I'm referring to. Iowa outplayed them. That's it. That's all. Exactly. Exactly. And on top of that, um, they had to pretty much ignore everybody else on that team in order to uplift Caitlin Clark and attack Angel Reese. That's why I keep telling y'all, it's amazing how many they'll sacrifice other people too to come at us as well. That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm starting to believe. Hold on, let me go back. Let me let this video play so you can hear it from him. And let me see. Oh, hold on, let me hide this so you can see. This is basically the video. So like if you want to then got spanked by South Carolina. Yep. Yep. Exactly. But they're trying to turn it into the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Like they're trying to stoke a beef there. And I feel like this is the only way they can ever uplift women of their own society is by trying to have them is to try to push them against us, which is weird as fuck. Like that's like saying, hey, I need that woman to uplift I need to diss somebody else to uplift my own. What you're telling me is that your own ain't shit. And that you need to do that because they obviously feel empty without it. And a lot of dudes don't realize they send that, and a lot of dudes don't realize they send that message when they're out busy dissing random women that don't give a fuck about them to please whatever woman that they're with. A lot of that has to do with the fact that the woman that they're with is jealous of you. And because he's pathetic and let me see, they just got drafted to the same team. I am a women's sports fan. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't watch sports. I don't watch basketball, football, any of that. So I used to like back in the day when um but I only got into it because I was primarily raised by my dad. So majority of that I picked up was just because of him. But I haven't been in it in years. Mhm. Um so and the thing is I never got involved enough to know stats or anything. Trying to make this about race is ridiculous. Yeah. But you know they are. And then you have dumbasses come on here saying, "Oh well, if I'm a fan of Caitlin Clark, so I'm a racist, huh?" It's like they're doing this. They're just doing this shit to get attention. These dudes are dying out, and they know it. And I need black women to understand this and just stay out of their spaces, stay away from them, let them drop, let them die out. Unless it's like men like Alexander or Brent, then stay out of their spaces. You know. Support Brent's channel, support Alexander's channel. But those are the only two that I can really. I wasn't feeling. What do you mean? They just got outplayed. What do you mean? I didn't see the press. I don't watch that. What do you mean? I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. That's what they were referring to, though. She was crying, talking about the struggle. That's not. No, that's actually true. That one, Angel Reese has been receiving a lot of harassment and death threats ever since that situation with the "you can't see me" shit that happened with Caitlin Clark. Because that's the only reason. That's the only reason I heard about Angel Reese was in juxtaposition to what the fuck was going on with Caitlin Clark. And at this point, it's starting to piss me off because they're using this girl. It's almost like they're trying to use this girl as a backdrop to uplift Caitlin Clark. Like, you motherfuckers can't uplift her any other way. I wasn't feeling Reese's press conference. They just got outplayed. She was crying, talking about the struggle. Okay, so what's the problem? Why can't she cry and tell the truth? There's crying in the NBA. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me play this video.
Conservative coons. Let me tell you what, that was going in on Anton Daniels, and I did another one on the black conservative coons. Let me tell you what happened. I was scrolling down and I heard about LSU. And I saw videos from grown-ass men who never competed in anything in life, especially basketball, never played at this level, making fun of Angel Reese for crying. And this was black men I saw doing it. Black men. And one of the reasons they were making fun of her and happy they lost was, one, because of the national anthem. No, I heard people, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the black men. Because the enemy is going to always be an enemy. White folks, I mean, they're going to always be the enemy. I'm just being honest. So they're going to always be the enemy. The op are going to be the op. And that's just what it is. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Because most of you niggas are ops. And I can't, it's hard for you to even make that argument when the racist black men that you're about to talk about are heavily assisting them. So, I mean, it's weird. But no, I ain't getting into all that white people are the ops. The shit, the dude I'm with ain't an op. Not to me, anyway.
So I'm not even talking about that. But when I see black, get on here, black men, it'd been different if it was black women. Because they, you know what I mean? Maybe they was like the better team, anything. When I saw black men getting on YouTube, clowning her for losing, one black guy said, "Oh, Caitlin Clark is the best player I've ever seen, female player I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, what? This is college basketball. She didn't even make it to the NBA yet. WNBA yet. You talking about this is the greatest player you ever, and this is the psychology of some black men. It's sick in the head. Well, they just want to, black men, they're
well, we're not gonna say some. It's a huge majority. The dudes with the platforms are just the ones that we can see, but the ones that support them are the ones we don't know about because they got hidden identities. And ever let there be a day where I can figure out how to hack? Well, ethically hack. If I can, get some type of position where I can ethically hack and look for, do investigative. That's what I want to do. I want to do investigative reporting. Because then I could really put an end to all this shit. I could do like some octopus murder shit. I don't know if y'all seen that documentary, The Octopus Murders on Netflix. Y'all have to watch it. It's one of my favorites.
There are a lot of racist black men towards black women. So when I saw that, and I'm like, y'all celebrating her for losing, for one crime.
And ladies, anytime these dudes, anytime any of these guys suffer some type of anytime any of these guys suffer any type of infraction from another race, please don't have them use white supremacy or any of that or race as a backdrop as to why they lost or why they didn't get let in or why they didn't get accepted for the house. I need y'all to remember that. If it ain't race with black women, then it ain't race with black men, and that's how we gonna keep it.
Y'all bashing her for crying when there's professional NBA players, boxers, basketball players, white, black, Latino, crying.
Exactly. And he just called it out. Cyber dreams. I have to ask, why is it okay for NBA players, men, fucking men, and boxers who are in a much more aggressively physical aspect of the play? Huh? Let me see. And what? Put the target on her back more? No, I don't care. She's doing what she has to do to protect herself. Unless you and other black women or all of us are about to stand up and say some shit, because she can't do it by herself. That's why it's the collective of us that's supposed to be doing shit too. That's why I created this live. So I have to ask, what have you done? Like, what part are you doing in this? Yeah, no, she shouldn't have. The thing is, she's one person. She can't do everything. She can't play ball. The stress of playing ball is enough. And on top of that, I guarantee you she has schoolwork. I guarantee you she probably maybe even has a part. Well, I don't know. I know she has some endorsements. So she gets, some money on that end. So she's not working a regular job. But she has a lot going on. And she's a young lady. So what about the rest of us? That's why I don't even want to hear that. No, y'all trying to put it on her, all on her back because y'all don't want to have to do shit. No, we're all in this. That is not just about Angel Reese. They're always going to spin it. At what point are we going to realize this? That's why I'm here. The only reason why I even did this live was in defense of Angel Reese, because I know what the fuck going on, and I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stress on her because she already has it. And on top of that, she's been harassed and receiving a whole bunch of death threats and shit like that we don't know about. That we as a matter of fact, we don't even have to know about it. We know what's going on behind the scenes with some of the comments that are left. And the thing is, it's institutional. So at some point, we all have to get on the same page and say, look, we see the fucking games that y'all are playing and we ain't going along with it. That's why I'm here to call out big media. And I'm here to call out those that are a part of it too. That's why I'm saying, I honestly hope every last one of those fucking platforms fall. And this is also why I don't support sports shows. I don't support ESPN and whatnot, because it's very clear that there is a problem. And on top of that, don't think for a second other races of women aren't in on this too. They very much are, because they're the ones raising these other sons too. These other ones that are hateful towards us. We're the only community that doesn't raise our children to hate or look down at other people for their race. However, other races of people teach their children to look down at us because of our race, no matter what we do. And they'll only big you up if you're in servitude to them. That's why black men more so get uplifted than black women, because black men are more so in servitude to the system than we are, and always have been. So yeah, that's just all I had to say on that. I didn't mean to come so hard, but I'm very passionate about I'm talking about real defense of black women. A lot of y'all think that being hypercritical or putting more on them is supposed, like, what the fuck? You ain't doing nothing different than the media. So no, I'm not about to do that. Because how does that look? Everybody else is saying what she should have been doing, but then you come in and then say she should be doing something else. How are you any different? How would you be any different than the very people you're trying to call out? And I don't think a lot of black women content creators that think that they're assisting, that think that they're helping. You're not. You're actually assisting in it, and you don't even realize it. But see, a lot of motherfuckers are so caught up on getting a check or attention that they've never gotten that they're willing to go along with it. I ain't with it. That's why I talk the way I talk. And I can give a fuck about anybody else's feelings, because I'm going to have facts behind it. Trust and believe. It's not going to be just me running my mouth and I'm not showing any articles or showing any videos to what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, platform creators that do run their mouth a lot without facts, they get more attention. So that tells me everything I know about the psyche of most people in this, in not only in this country, but in this world. And that's why I don't fuck with a lot of people, nor do I have much respect for a lot of people. Because there's no way. If you look throughout history, how many dictators have gotten into office due to the angst and misery of the people that voted for him? Hitler is a perfect example of it. All these dictators. One thing, matter of fact, hold on, give me 2 seconds, because I'm about to let y'all know exactly what I'm referring to. All right, so I'm actually gonna share a quick other live. Stop screen real quick. All right, if anybody, yeah, y'all can see my screen. I can see it. Have y'all, oh, let me hide this comment. Have y'all seen this? My comments in hold on. Give me 1 second for hold on, Cyber Dreams. Let me see. My comments in correlation with the Black woman's image. Yeah, but at the same time, we can't dump on each other for how the media chooses to promote and exploit it. We've never had a say so in it. So what we need to do is just make sure that we call it out. We tell them fuck you, and let them know exactly the reason why they have a problem with us. We know y'all got a problem with us being the original women of the planet. We know y'all got a problem with the fact that our skin is less susceptible to the sun than y'all's are. We know for a fact. That's where a lot of, and again, not all white folks have that problem, because shit, the dude I'm messing with, he actually understands all that. He understands all that. He understands politics a lot better than most. So, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna dive too deep into my personal life like that. But yeah, shit, the dude I'm with, he even understands it. And he sees the bullshit, and that's because he's not trying to become there are a lot of white guys in the system that are catching hell because they don't want to be a part of the bullshit. I'm telling you, white men who don't want to keep the system of injustice going, and black women who want to ultimately change it too, we are the two biggest enemies. Like I always say, America in reality America does not want men. They don't want emotionally independent, self-secure men. They need controlled boys. And I want you to kind of get an understanding of what I'm talking about. This country does not want men, nor do they want women. They want controlled boys and controlled girls. But yeah. So I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about the Netflix special. This is actually a Netflix. I think it's a 6-part. It's either a 5-part or 6-part series on Netflix. It's called, it's called How to Become a Tyrant. It literally gives you step by step how every last one, each of these dictators. There's more. These are just the primary 3. How they all got to power. And if you take a look at the people that were involved. Let me see how to become. Yeah. So back. Sorry, hold on. I was looking at a comment, but yeah. This gives you an indication, a large indication of how these tyrants got to power, and the people that helped them get there. Because again, they didn't get to this spot alone. A lot of people like to single them out because when you point to a systematic effort, it calls out everybody who's involved. And they want to keep it singular. They want to have I'm telling you, scapegoating has been the only way evil has ever been able to move. And people supporting that scapegoating is the reason why they'll forever be at the bottom too. And I don't give a, and I honestly, I'm starting to feel less and less bad for people who are in poverty and people who are poor that choose to continually make excuses for the people that exploit them. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Then we got slapped in the face, South Carolina coach advocating. At some point, y'all got to get over that too, because all of that is political as well. Like, you know how many people advocate for stuff publicly, but then in private don't really care for it or hate it? Like, let's stop with this shit. Y'all got to at some point understand that this is also a business too. They can't lose out on contracts. They can't lose out on certain things. So yeah, I'm not expecting that from whoever the South Carolina coach is. And so what if they want to advocate? I mean, I don't advocate for them in women's sports, no, because again, genetically, you can't get rid of that. And there's already been a few incidences where there have been trans women that have literally beat the hell out of other women. And a lot of that is due to the testosterone indifference. Like you can't. It's a lot of people that really want to go against biology. This whole system thrives on going against biology, going against nature, and going against everything that's organic to the planet. Notice how there's much more money put into the artificial than the organic. Hello, AI. Fake intelligence gets more money than real intelligence. I want y'all to put that into context, because that's what artificial means. It's fake. It's fabricated. It's fake intelligence. But see, artificial intelligence sounds cute, but see, fake intelligence sounds different. So the black woman is not safe. Yeah, they are with each other, defending each other. That's how we remain safe. No, we can't save. I mean, no, that's life. You can't save 100% of any group. So I don't know what that's an ideal world that a lot of black women want to live in. But no, there's no saving it. Like, time moves on. There are black girls being birthed every day, and there are black girls that are dying every day. And then on top of that, you got to think about the elders. So yeah, we are safe. It's just we have to make sure we defend each other and go no holds bar against it. It's that simple. Understand the game and try your. That's the thing. Just understand the game and try your hardest to support like-minded platforms. And also actively support like-minded platforms. Like, don't just go there to get information, give information. Yeah, we are. We are, but you also got to remember the Jewish folks were only 10% of the population. Black women make up 7% of America. I think 7 or 8%, somewhere around there. I think it's 7. I feel like 7 is more feels more correct. But yeah, no. You're right. We are a small group. Black women represent 7%. Well, at least in America. We represent 7% of the population in America. So yeah, it is going to be hard, but that's why we also have to set up specific provisions. Matter of fact, Minnesota right now. Hold on. Oh, thank God I bookmarked it. Thank God for bookmarks. I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Share. All right. I think y'all can see it now. There we go. News Nation. So Minnesota bill prioritizes missing cases of Black women and girls. Now, this was updated. I'm guessing this was posted originally a little earlier, but this was updated, as you can see, March 9th, 2023. So that was a whole year ago, over a year ago. And it says here, Minnesota's House of Representatives passed a bill that would create the nation's first office to investigate cases of missing Black women and girls. The bill's author, Democratic State Rep. Ruth Richardson, told Yahoo News that it's on the fast track this year to be signed into law. Well, that was last year, so I'm not sure. Granted, I mean, it's only a few months into this year, but I'm going to follow up on that and see what I can do to contribute to it. Because with all the evidence I'm gathering, oh, trust and believe, I have no problem sending it out to every and any organization, even international. And that's another thing. Y'all should start picking up international courts too. Hold on, let me hide this. There we go. But yeah, Minnesota this is part of the governor's budget and it's one of his top priorities. So we are excited to be at a point where we can finally get this across the finish line. Richardson introduced the bill to create the office, but she hopes it will provide framework for legislators across the country to address the crisis. Yep, all around the country, there are people searching for lost loved ones. Black women, particularly in Minnesota, are 3 times more likely to be murdered than white women, and their cases are less likely to be solved. Yeah, according to the Missing and Murdered African American Women Task Force report. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. The bill passed 110 to 119. Oh, that's a really good margin. I'd love to know the names of the 19 who had a problem with it and the faces. It must pass through the Senate and be signed by Governor Tim Walz in order to become law. Glad to know the name. I definitely will be keeping that in mind. Governor Tim Walz. In the United States, Black women and girls make up just 13. Wait, what? Okay, that's where I kind of got to look at you funny. Black women and girls do not make up 13% of the female wait, 13% of the female population. So we have the same percentage to other women that Black folks as a whole have to other races as a whole. Oh, wow. Okay. 13% of the female population, but they account for 35% of all missing women in 2020. 2020. So I'm guessing this was when this was originally posted, because if you look back, when we scrolled up, it says updated March 9th. So there's been numerous updates to this article. Nearly 100,000 of the 250,000 women and girls who went missing in the U.S. in 2020 were women of color. I don't like that women of color shit, because if you're lumping in 100,000, because what percentage of that 100,000 is Black women? Let me see. Media coverage of Ann Walsh case draws criticism. Oh, I remember that. This was 2004. They're going back to back in the day. At the 2004 Unity Journalists of Color Conference, late journalist Gwen Ifield called out the media for having missing white woman syndrome. The term refers to the mainstream media's seeming fascination with covering missing or endangered white women and their disinterest in cases involving missing people of color. Actually, there's a case that was very, very popular, and it wasn't even a Black woman that was involved in this one. It was actually a Latino woman. No, I think she was Latino, but this was the Lacey Peterson case, and this happened around the same time as the Natalee Holloway disappearance in Aruba. I was starting to write a femicide bill. The thing is, Cyber Dreams, there's bills that already exist. Have you started searching for them? Yeah, and I agree with you. Girl, I agree with 100%. We have to be. The thing is, there's a lot of propaganda being pushed towards us. And remember, we're still human. And I don't know, and I don't know if a lot of y'all forget, we're still human beings. Even though we don't get treated that way in society, we still are. Yeah, but they aren't specific to us. Girl, yes, they are. Hold on. Stop sharing. Because if I can find it just from this basic search, that's going to be an issue that other people can't. There you go. Bill for Black missing women and girls. Woo! Popped up. There we go. All right. Let me bookmark this too. Done. And I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna share the screen now. Because it's a problem that I could find this, but you're saying that we don't have one specific of to us. Can you see it? Cyber Dreams, let me know. Can you see it? And even if you couldn't find it before, do you plan on spreading it around now that you know about it? And there's much more that you can find. Because I was able to find this in a quick Google search. This was at the top of the page. So the question I have to ask is, are you searching? On the bill. We have multiple bills. We're not going to rely on one. We're not going to rely on one. There's multiple out here. Like, you can't just sit up there or sit up on one article and rely on one. I have numerous. That's just one of many. That's just one of many. I have too much shit that's bookmarked and easily findable because this is all I do. Yeah, it's all right. This one is pretty recent. The latest action was actually this past December, 2023. But see, more of us that get involved in it, the more we can push this. Hardly any of us know about it. And on top of that, which platform have you been to actually for you to even know about it? These so-called platforms that so-called are wanting to help Black women, but they're not actually doing research like this and showing you shit like this. That's why I'm saying I'm questioning what a lot of women are following. It's like, we have to do this ourselves. Like, I'm not going to any other space. I'm not going to no black man space. We have to, this is for us. If there's anybody I'm gonna be a social justice warrior for, it's gonna be my group. And that's because that's what you're supposed to do. Everybody else is a social justice warrior for their own group except Black women. We have to do that. And that means we actively have to do shit online and offline. Because if you think I'm just like this online, oh, sweetie, please, you meet me in person, you'll probably be able to spot me. Because I don't change. But yeah, let me see it. Download most of them. Yeah. But yeah, this is here. The information is here, and there's much more to come. Much more to come. But yeah, the Brittany Clardy missing and murdered Black Women and Girls Act. This was HR 6828, 118 Congress 2023 to 2024. So this is very recent. And also there's hold on, actually I'll leave the link. Link is in the chat to download, bookmark, whatever you need to do with it. And also if you can share it. There's also, hold on, let me scroll in. I'm signing up also to get alerts from this too. See that right here? To get alerts. So you can also sign up to get alerts from this too. And I'm going to be spreading this to everybody I can. Sign up to get alerts so we can see what's going on. And look at the tracker. And we can also see where the tracker is. Look, introduced, passed House, passed Senate to president, became law. So it's just been introduced. It's just at the introduced stage. But that tells me a lot. It was introduced in September. I mean, sorry, December. Excuse me. December of 2023. Let me scroll down. Look. In the House of Representatives, look. Oh, hold on. You can listen. Let me hear.
There is one version of the bill. Text available as XML/HTML.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
XML/HTML. New window. TXT. PDF. 239 kilobytes.
Girl.
Shown by tags. For example, deleted, or bold, or maybe missing from TX23. 118th
Oh my gosh.
828.
Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. Girl, what the hell? Oh no, they got to do better with this AI. Like, come on, y'all got to find a way to be able to skip past certain. Y'all got to be able to skip. Yeah, the AI got to be able to learn to skip past certain aspects. Oh gosh, AI is hilarious. It's interesting, but it's funny. Let me see. I suggest we pay for billboards, displaying information. The thing is, The billboard companies would have to allow it. I'm pretty sure that's happened already. But I still don't want us to give up. I'm gonna still try it too. But you also have to make a record of all the places that you're being denied. That is another indication too. Matter of fact, Cyber Dreams, I don't even want you to go yet. There's a white man named Frank Somerville. I don't know if you heard about him. Let me see, Frank Somerville. Because apparently this white man was actually suspended because he pointed out the disparities in the Gabby Petito situation and all the missing. Again, it was still more of the missing white women. That's the thing. They're purposely trying to keep this going. It's purposeful at this point. They know there's been too much out throughout history. At what point are y'all going to realize that they want to keep this shit going? They're purposely doing it. And they're going to look for any way to keep it going. Oh, hold on. Let me pause. Let me open image in new tab. Here we go. The Huffington Post. It was actually posted on various. Reject. All right, so I'm not sure why there's an error loading here, but yeah, if you look at oh, hold on, I didn't even share it yet. I'm so sorry. Oops. Stop screen. Found it. Here we go. All right, y'all should be able to see it now. Anchor suspended for questioning racial disparities in Gabby Petito coverage. And we know how recent that situation happened. What was that? Oh, yeah, you can see it here. September 20th. This was written in 2021. I think that was when all that was happening. Yeah, Anchor suspended for questioning racial disparities in Gabby Petito coverage, reports. Frank Somerville wanted to call out the lack of media attention on missing people of color, but KTVU authorities pushed back, sources say. And scroll down. An on-air fixture in San Francisco Bay Area news has been indefinitely suspended after raising concerns about racial disparities in media coverage of Gabby Petito's disappearance and homicide. Sources familiar with the situation told several outlets in recent days. Frank Somerville, who has anchored the news at Fox affiliate KTVU for nearly 30 years, is facing the repercussions after a reported disagreement with the news station's director regarding how to cover Petito, a 22-year-old white woman whose body was found in Wyoming after a massive search involving multiple police departments and the FBI. According to people familiar with the matter, Somerville wanted to include a tagline at the end of a report on Petito, questioning the extraordinary level of media coverage devoted to the story. Mercury News, which was the first to report on Somerville's punishment, reported Friday. Somerville wanted to point out, as many others have throughout the Petito coverage, that American media often disproportionately covers missing white women while overlooking cases involving people of color. Oh, and this is what made it apparent as to the real reason they had a problem with him. Y'all see the highlight, right? Now, so we got an understanding as to why he felt so compelled to step up. He has an adopted Black daughter. He's 63, adopted Black baby girl. Yeah, Cyber Dreams. I'm saying, put it out there. Do what you have to do. That's the thing. Remain safe. Don't just put. Try to, if you can, conceal yourself as much as possible. But yeah, no. Do that. T-shirt, yeah, 4.61 every 4. Yep. Killed in the United States. Yes. And you know what's so crazy, Cyber Dreams? When I was down south, I went down south to visit my cousin. And I walked past, and me and my cousin walked past another sister with her daughter, and she had "Protect Black Women at All Costs" on her sweater. When I tell you, I walked up to that lady, I said, yes. I said, I love your shirt. So that's the thing. When we spot it in real life, we also got to take the opportunity to say, hey, I'm here too. But at the same time, we also don't have to wear it all the time either. Because, you know, again, we are being targeted. So, but definitely, I would definitely, especially, yeah, shit. And let me know the outlet you're selling on. But oh yeah, but let me go back to this. Oh shit, hold on. What's this? But yeah, no. He's the father of an adopted Black daughter. That's why he felt so compelled to call out the bullshit. And take a guess, and I'm gonna show you who exactly who fired him too. KTV News director Amber Eichel reportedly rejected Somerville's plan for the 46-second tagline, and their disagreement over the matter led to his suspension. Let's take a look at who Amber Eichel is. I have a feeling I know exactly what she looks like. Oh, and by the way, hold on, give me 1 second. But yeah, Amber, I put the name in. I also spelled it in the chat for anybody that wants to search for themselves. But yeah, Amber Eichel. Please keep that name in mind. I'm about to show you right now. Let me see. Okay, so we have an understanding. Somerville is the white man with the adopted Black daughter who actually wanted to add an end tagline to it, and the director, who's his boss, the white woman Amber Eichel, she rejected it, and that disagreement led to his suspension. So she's the one that suspended him. And I'm gonna show you exactly. This is her. This is the one that had. This is the so-called woman who had a problem with Frank Somerville mentioning the disparity in the cases of in the disparity in the cases of all women. This is her. So yeah, they use their positions to help themselves. Except the thing is, what they're doing is systematically causing harm. And I'm on and that's the thing. I don't ever let people fool me with this whole white man, white man, white man. Nah, motherfucker. It's a lot of degenerate white chicks too. So yeah, news director, and she got a promotion. She got a promotion. She got news director of the year. This was in 2020. Hold on. I think there's another article. Stop sharing real quick. Hold on. Oh, actually, let me show you the picture of Frank Somerville. Okay. Y'all see the picture? Y'all see that beautiful picture? Y'all see that beautiful baby girl rested with the man she knows will do whatever he has to protect her? Even speaking out against his own boss. This white man will speak out against his own boss at a TV station about, but I wonder how many Black men that are working, that have, Black children and Black daughters. I wonder that work in higher places. I wonder if they do the same thing. That's a rhetorical question. But yeah, Frank Somerville. That was him. That is him and his beautiful baby girl. And this is essentially what he was doing it for. Because he realized that he had a baby girl, and if anything happens to her, he already knows the media is going to be on some dumb shit with her. And back to this one. Yeah. So basically, we got an idea what Amber Eichel's career has actually been able to flourish since then. Let me share the search. So I just put in her name, KTVU news director Amber Eichel. Just recently, I think, well, this is last year, 2023. She got a promotion. Now, when was this? Now, let's take a look at the date that this article was published regarding the Gabby Petito situation and her suspending. Let's see that date again. Oh, September 27th, 2021. Let's look at the date of her promotion again. Let's go back. August, 2 years later. That's why I keep saying, I wish y'all would stop playing with me when y'all keep saying that, oh, the white men are in charge. It's like, no, it's white men and white women in charge. They're both in the high positions. They're both doing the shit together. And again, it's not all white men. It's just the white men connected to white women for the most part. They pretty much are. And seeing how they did Frank Somerville called out a lot for me, because I'm wondering, is he the only white dude that this has happened to for calling this out? I can't help but wonder. So I'm also going to be doing more on that too. I'll be doing some more deep diving on that too. But yeah, what I'm doing right now is just like an amateur investigative reporting a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, no. That is the woman that suspended him for questioning racial disparities. So that lets me know where she stands. And if I ever see her on any platform where she's actually talking about disparities of anything, it's going to be a massive call out. So yeah, I'm on the search at this point. So yeah, let me remove this bitch from my shit. Off my damn screen. But yeah, that's the reason he was doing it for. That's the reason he did it for. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more and more investigation into this, and I think y'all should too. But if anybody does anybody want to come up, add their their own thoughts and opinions to the situation, or any facts y'all want to call out? Oh no, all right. Then I'll just end the live then, because that was pretty much all for today. Of course, this is going to be a continuum for sure. But actually, I wonder if can I do it? No. I think I'll save it for another live. So yeah, I'll end this, and thanks so much to everybody that watched. Please like, share, and subscribe, because the raw message needs to be put out there, and I don't really see anybody doing this in the context that it needs to be done. So thank you so much. You have a good one. And thank you to Cyber Dreams and Alex for coming on the panel, and also, leaving your comments as well. See you next time.